Welcome, I'm Elsewhere, and in this video I'm going to show you how I train or practice creative skills that I have used to make some money. So training or practicing is hard, but I motivate myself by making it fun, and I'm a fan of games. So I created a game where I prompt ChatGPT to create a wild or crazy business idea, and my challenge is to make it look real. So I'll need to design all the pieces and package them or put them together on a website to showcase this crazy business. So this video, I'm going to play the game and show screen recordings and talk through my process from start to finish. And because it's a game, you can be the judge of how I do. So if it's a pass-fail or a grade level, whatever you want to do. I figured this would be fun and kind of entertaining. So let's begin with the prompt. Okay, so here is the prompt that I give to ChatGPT. So I'll just read this real quick, and feel free, if you want to play the game as well, you can use this prompt, and let me know if you do, because I'd love to see what you get. It's like a mystery box again. Create a fake product or service business and include the following: the mission, the brand identity, and the core product or service, and the business founder story that tells why they started the business. And I like to make it random, funny, and for a little spice, not relevant for a current time. I've found that last piece makes it even more interesting. So ChatGPT responded with: business name, Quantum Banana Transporters. Their mission is revolutionize the way bananas are transported across time and space, making sure that every banana reaches its destination perfectly ripe, even if it's from a different era. Okay, see, that crazy and fun thing, right? So for the fun part, the brand identity: a sleek, futuristic banana-shaped spaceship hovering over a swirling vortex, symbolizing our cutting-edge technology. I love the slogan: bananas across time and space, we never slip up. I mean, when you get this and read it, it's just like your mind goes like, okay, so I need to make a sleek, futuristic banana spaceship. Wow. So the core product of or service of Quantum Banana Transporters is the first time-traveling banana delivery service. Provide a specially designed time capsule that transports bananas from any point in history to your doorstep within minutes. Our state-of-the-art Quantum Banana Teleporter, trademarked, ensures that every banana arrives at the perfect ripeness, free from any time travel related bruises. I mean, it's good. And you can see how this can become a fun challenge. And last but not least, our founder story for Quantum Banana Transporters. And I'll just paraphrase this because it's quite ridiculous. But meet Dr. Albert Bananastein Peel, the visionary. Dr. Peel was a brilliant, eccentric physicist who had a lifelong obsession with both bananas and time travel. And one fateful day while experimenting, he accidentally sent a banana back in time. So the idea struck like a lightning bolt. What if he could harness his power to ensure that bananas could be enjoyed in their prime no matter when they were purchased? Dr. Peel dedicated his life to perfecting the technology, and after years of trial and error and a few hilarious mishaps with banana peels, he successfully created the Quantum Banana Teleporter. And his mission was clear: to eliminate the frustration of overripe or underripe bananas that bring joy to banana lovers across the ages. I mean, this is quite funny because half the time when I do buy bananas at the store, they are like either way overripe or underripe and they're still green. So I get where this is coming from, and this might actually solve a problem. I see where Dr. Bananastein Peel was at. All right. To begin, I kind of created myself a checklist because I am going to be creating a lot of pieces here. So I'm going to start with Procreate, sketch some logos. Then I'm going to move into Adobe Illustrator, where I will make the official logos. Then I'm going to kind of lay out the website, just how it's going to look, so that way I can create back in Procreate. I should just say so I can procreate the website art. And then last but not least, we'll go back to Squarespace and complete the puzzle, put all the pieces together. So with that being said, let's jump into Procreate. So to begin, I just started sketching some of the creative pieces like a banana, a spaceship, and the swirling vortex that I was going to have to morph into this logo. And to be honest, like the crazy ideas that it comes up with, I like to simplify them down, so I don't play it by the exact rules and make exactly what it says. And I feel like that's common with design, as you kind of have to simplify the crazy out there ideas that you get. So here I'm just sketching and kind of having fun, being loose. And once I get a sketch that I think might work, I'll kind of clean up the lines and do a different color. So I like to work in black and white at the beginning. So the majority of this process is just black and white until we get to the colors. So each one of these, I just kind of sketch out, trace over, and then once I kind of am happy with it, like this version here, I will work on some line art. Okay, so we finished our Procreate sketches. Now we're gonna move into the logo type. So sometimes I'll do this part first, but I like to use Envato Elements. They got a bunch of crazy fonts on there. So I found these 3 fonts, which I'm gonna use to start building. So next we're gonna move into Adobe Illustrator, where I'm gonna import those fonts and just type out the name. And once I get those fonts in, I'm gonna import my logos that I sketched in Procreate, and I'm gonna turn them into a vector. So what I do is I'll import them in as a PNG, and then I'll image trace them. And here I'm adjusting these like threshold image trace sliders to turn this into a vector. And once those sliders look good, you can kind of see how it changes the shape a little bit. So you just got to play around with it until you get it right. I'm going to come in and clean up some of the anchor points here because they get a little wonky when you do it with that image trace. It's good for doing things quickly, but it doesn't give you that perfect shape. As you can see, some of these corners are quite bizarre and need to be cleaned up. So for something simple like this and, kind of concept logo art, it works. And I'll do it for each one of these logo designs that I made in Procreate. So I'll import it in as a PNG, image trace in Illustrator, adjust the sliders and threshold until it looks good enough. And then I'll come in and kind of clean up some of these edges with the direct selection tool. And last but not least, the third one. And this one turned out pretty good. Just a couple little edits here on these corners. And then we're going to move into combining the type with the icon. So I'm going to take each one of these 3 and match it with the type. And this is really, I like to call this the sandbox mode, because it's really just playing around and getting a feel for things. So this might not be even how traditional design does it, but this is how I do it. So I'll just start matching up each logo to fonts and playing around, just seeing what looks good. And sometimes it just hits you right in the face. Other times it takes a little bit. So it's really quite hit or miss how it is going to look. But as you can see, I'll use each one of these fonts. And this first one is kind of like a NASA font. And it was a little bit hard to read, but it gave that space or kind of futuristic look. So I liked it for that reason. And yeah, most of the time this stuff just looks like garbage, but I find that when I do this, sometimes it just hits you right in the face what you need to, where you need to go and what looks good. So definitely use references in this part. But again, this is all training and practice. So this part is good to get through. And a lot of times this is the hardest part to get through. So I just like to do this with each one and really be loose and play around. This font was definitely the simplest of them, but there's something about it that stood out. Maybe it was kind of like a Star Wars kind of font with these kind of, I'm not a type expert, but I thought this looked good. And sometimes I'll take some of these design elements, like the little lightning bolt that's out of that icon, and try and put it places. The reason I liked that first icon was because it makes a Q. So I thought it worked well with Quantum Banana, as it was a Q. But this next one with the kind of like teleporter that it's coming out of was really hard to to get to look right with the type. So I struggled putting it on either side, flipping it, warping it. And if you haven't seen it yet, you'll really understand why that one didn't work. So as I'm doing that, I like to kind of put together things that I like how they're looking. And so that's what I have there. And then what I'll do is similar to designs with characters, I'll look at the silhouette. And often when you look at a silhouette of something, it hits you right in the face that, yep, that doesn't work. So out with that one. In the brief or the prompt or the response from ChatGPT, it talked about this capsule. So I thought using a capsule-like shape would be kind of good to put the logo into. So here I'm just going to play around with this capsule shape and seeing if I can get something to work in here. And while I'm doing this, I like to just work in black and white because it's, the most raw or simplified version of a logo. So if it looks good in black and white, oftentimes it'll look good with color. Okay, so at this point, this like spiral logo is the one that I really want to focus on. So I'm going to kind of narrow this one down. And I had this idea to kind of have the galaxy or the, what do they call it? I don't know what it was. To have the line coming from behind and like through a letter and then the banana in front in this gap. So here I'm just kind of playing around and moving this logo around until it looks like something that would look good. And here I am getting closer to a design that I like. It was hard with this banana in front, so I thought it would be cool to put the banana going through the O here. So I'm going to turn this O into a symbol or an icon and then edit the lines so that it looks like the banana peel is going through the O and just kind of giving it that, I guess, 3D factor in the logo. And then I like to make a couple different versions because you never know where you're going to need simplified logos. So I did the same thing, but just with the initials QBT, and put this line and the banana in the middle of the B. So now that I've got something that I'm thinking looks good, I'm going to start editing and playing with some colors. So the colors that the prompt gave me were this purple, electric, blue, and green, but this is kind of where I strayed from the prompt because the purple and green, those colors were quite out there. And like I said, it's kind of simplifying crazy briefs. So I just went with black, white, and yellow as the logo colors. And honestly, I think it works well. And I think there's room for accent colors too. But for this, I just kept it simple. So here are the final logos. I have them on a black and white, like I kind of like to present them, and with color. So now that we've finished our logos, I'm going to quickly lay out the website. And I think the best place to do this is Squarespace, not sponsored, but I just find it pretty easy to get a quick website done, and it's free to get a trial up there for like, I think they give you like 2 weeks. Again, not sponsored, but I just use them. So figured show what I got. So have the website quickly laid out, and I know what I need to illustrate for website art. So we're back here in Procreate, and I had this idea for the hero or the first image on the homepage to be this banana coming out of like a teleporter, and you can kind of see some stars and space in the background. And so I'm going to illustrate that. And then I had the idea to do like a banana wallpaper, so with just a bunch of bananas all over the place. And I thought this would be useful somewhere. And then I'm going to illustrate Dr. Peel. So I thought it would be good to have a little illustration of him on the website, where it's kind of got the about section. So here I'm just illustrating Dr. Peel, and I got this reference image from Midjourney. So using AI in the process here to help me create Dr. Peel. And last but not least, I'm going to create the banana teleporter that we're going to showcase on the website. Could you imagine this sitting on your countertop and just a perfectly ripe banana appearing when you order one? Be pretty cool. All right, so we've illustrated all our things, and now it's time to kind of put it together on the website. So it's nice because of the prompt and the response. It kind of gives me all the copy that I need, so I don't really need to write much copy and just kind of get to be a little free here. And again, it's fun. So like in this ripe and ready to order contact form, I put the year that this time traveling banana is going to be sent and the destination. And I thought it'd be funny to put like star system or planet and then address. I probably should have put like coordinates. That would have made more sense than address, because who knows what they use in different star systems. So if you want to personalize your banana message too. And last but not least, we'll edit the footer. And this was a little clever thing that they put in the, in the prompt. It was all ripes served. So there we go. We've built and put the pieces together. So now it is time to showcase the website. So this is where you can take a look. Let me know how I did. If this looks like a legit thing, legit business, let me know what you think. Again, it's very simple, and this was for practice, but this kind of stuff, you do it over and over again, and eventually you get I feel like good enough at it that real businesses will pay you. Because I just couldn't resist. I love designing merch. I had to throw together some merch. So Quantum Banana Transporters will throw you some free merch with an order. So I made this banana hoodie. I made a Dr. Peel t-shirt, and then used the banana and a logo shirt, and then whipped up a little snapback hat that we're throwing on there. So just for fun. And that's what's nice too. When you illustrate all these things, or you have all these assets, it's pretty easy to throw them onto merge designs. And, you know, I believe in using your things more than once. So yeah, this is it. This kind of fun little effect here of the graphics. So transporting bananas through time and space. So yeah, this is the game that I like to play. I hope you enjoyed watching this process, and hopefully I made sense of some things here. I'll put my prompt down in the description if you want to copy and paste it into ChatGPT. And if you get any crazy business ideas and make this, I'd love to know. So let me know. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, we'll catch you later. Peel out. So lame. Bye.